everybody. My name is Gerard, and I have end-stage heart failure, and I live off a life device machine called an LVAD. I was just sitting down reflecting back on some of the incidents I've went through with my heart. When I knew I had a serious problem was about, I don't know, I want to say about 4 or 5 years ago when I was at the pharmacy picking up my heart meds, and I went into a sudden death, and I hit the floor, and at that point I had a defibrillator. You know, the defibrillator's been in me for quite some time, since almost day one, since the heart attack. And thank God I had that. It is the only thing that saved me, or I would not be here. That's why they call them sudden deaths. What happens is the heart goes into a quiver thing, and at that one, my heart went up to 317 beats a minute. I got passed out, cardiac arrest, boom, shocked. And the funny part is you get up and you don't even feel like it happened. Guy says, I'm calling an ambulance. I said, oh, well, I feel great. And I did. So I drove myself to the hospital. And my cardiologist, he's a pretty straight shooter. He came in, he goes, listen, you had a sudden death. And you also had one 6 months prior to this one in your sleep, I guess, because you don't know about it. And yeah, you know, this defibrillator records everything. It records congestive heart failure, VTs, VFibs. So it got to the point where the year before last, my heart condition worsened. I had a lot of scar tissue in there, a lot, like 53% of the left ventricle was scar tissue. So I had a doctor that went in there and she said she got it all, because I haven't had an issue since then, since she went in me. Her name is Dr. Wasif. I'm grateful to her. But I will tell you, when I went to the hospital, the first time they told me about it, I was like, okay, no problem, because I didn't feel a thing. Like I said, I got up. But 2 days after Christmas last year, I had two in my sleep, but I kind of knew about it because the one in the morning woke me up, and I went to the hospital. While I was waiting in the hospital for a bed, I had another VFib, and that one I went halfway down and I got shocked. I didn't pass out on that one. But let me tell you something, it gave me PTSD. My point is, if you had a heart attack, and the questions you want to ask is, how much scar tissue? Can I get an ablation? And what's my EF? If your EF is below 35, I would definitely ask for a defibrillator. It is the best insurance policy I've ever had in my life. It saved me quite a few times. And yeah, with that, just want to hope that nobody goes through that, you know. And for those out there who did, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm sure you're also grateful for your defibrillator. And especially if you're waiting for other procedures to be done, you got a low EF, don't play around with it. My father died of a sudden death in 1988. Didn't have defibrillators then. That's why he's not here. So, and he lasted 4 years after his first heart attack. So I feel like people like me and a bunch of other people that do these videos are a messenger, you know. And the message is, if you got a low EF and you've had heart attacks, check for scar tissue and request a defibrillator. And sometimes you have to be adamant, just like I had to be. And I've had mine for quite some time now. But I am blessed. Right now I got the LVAD, like I said. You know, it's working fine. I do feel better, but although I find myself falling in and out of depression behind it, and that's normal. I only have this 9 week. It's going to take some getting used to. There's a lot more I could be doing as far as exercising and all that stuff, and I need to get back on ball here because I'm only 60. I'm not ready to go yet, and I have a little girl, 16, that I need to take care of. But the best thing I do got right now is that defibrillator that gives me confidence that if something should happen, there's a 90% chance I'll make it through it. And with that, I wish you all a good night, and thank you for listening, and God bless you.